It's not the podcast, but yes. This is Geek Bros. I'm Vibe.
Darth Flexx.
That was a serious delay there. Are you getting me loud and clear?
I am getting you loud and clear.
Excellent. Just making sure. And you are tuned in to the countdown to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Part 1. And this has become a tradition for us here at the Geek Bros. Unfortunately, we couldn't meet, but either we did it remotely, or didn't do it at all. And it's funny because Facebook is actually giving us highlights from 2 years ago of our countdown for The Last Jedi. So it's actually quite fun to look at. So without further ado, topic 1, what I liked about the prequels. Alright, so we have episode 1, 2, 3. The hate that George Lucas got from them is probably what helped propel him to sell Lucasfilm to Disney. But there are some redeeming qualities. Thanks to Disney Plus, I have rewatched them, and I have some new things that I liked. So let's do episode 1. Darth Flexx, what did you like about episode 1?
I liked... Well, see, when I saw it, I was 9 years old.
Okay.
As a child, I mean, that was great. This is seeing like Star Wars from my era. But I liked how you got to see more of Tatooine. I liked how you got to see more of the places mentioned in the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I like that now Lucas had the freedom and ability to do those kinds of effects or whatever people hate about it. But personally, I liked it. I liked the story. It probably had one of the most epic lightsaber battles and soundtracks in any Star Wars movie to this day, I think.
Agreed.
I mean, yeah. I think it's for the Duel of Fate. When
yes.
It's like
I agree.
That was the shit. And then the Blue Star Fighters.
That's what I was gonna get into. I said what I enjoyed was, I mean, I didn't realize how much I actually enjoyed the pod racing scene. Because when I rewatched it on Disney Plus, I was like, this is the shit. I really like this. I was actually enthralled watching it because it was so well directed and it was so interesting. And the space battle, yes, with the Naboo starfighters, that was really cool. That was very Star Warsy. I enjoyed that part a lot. I liked Darth Maul's character. He was silent but deadly. I wish they utilized it more, but I totally agree that 2-on-1 lightsaber battle hasn't been done again, and it probably can never be replicated. It was really good, at least in the movies, and it ranks up there as probably my favorite duel because it was really good, especially when after he killed Qui-Gon and it was just Obi-Wan and him and Obi-Wan. I want to say he channeled a little bit of the dark side because he all of a sudden just ripped into it. That was awesome. Episode 2, go for it. What did you like about episode 2?
I gotta say out of the prequels, not necessarily my favorite, but the ending, like from Geonosis on, gangster. I love the Grand Army of the Republic.
It has a very Rogue One ending.
That just, I mean, it made the blood pump in all the right places, you know. Seeing such a massive army being created, like when Obi-Wan is in Camino.
Army of the Republic to counter the increasing.
He looks down and he sees the clone troopers put on their helmets and loading into the ships. Oh, dude, beautiful. And then seeing Jango Fett in action was pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Jedi die. I actually like the Jedi, but like seeing them.
Seeing them
realizing. Because until then, the only notion of, weakness in Jedi that we've seen is the death of Obi-Wan, and that wasn't even weakness because, I mean, that was planned from what it seems. But actually seeing Jedi in action and seeing them get creamed and blasted and thrown all over the place.
Oh yeah,
very good.
I wouldn't say it humanized them, but it made them mortal. Kind of. I mean, yes, Qui-Gon dying, showed okay, well they can die, but Qui-Gon died to a Sith. That makes sense. But you saw Jedi falling to blasters, to robots. Like, yes, you can overpower these suckers if you really try. Even when Jango Fett ripped apart that CGI Jedi with effortlessly. and shot him right off the balcony. I was like, wait a minute, they're not superheroes after all. You know, they're mortal. They're fallible. So okay, my turn.
Then one last thing. One last thing that I really enjoy about the Attack of the Clones is that it gave us the Clone Wars, the animated series.
Very true. Very true.
And that is probably by far the Clone Wars animated series is probably by far, if not my favorite Star Wars content right now. I mean, maybe it might be the Mandalorian soon, but so far it's the Clone Wars animated series is solid as shit.
Oh, absolutely. For me, I enjoyed the lore that they built up behind just the backstory of the stormtroopers. I won't lie, I enjoyed that. It kind of got me confused because then I was wondering, okay, what are they all clones in the original trilogy? Is that why we never see their heads? You know, that kind of made sense for a minute. I don't know if that was actually what they were doing. Are you sharing like a temple zit, or what are you doing?
That shit hurts.
Oh. So, but yeah, I agree. The battle scene was awesome. It really was. I like that so much, especially when at the very end when the clone army arrives and it's a full ground war. You know, that was what's up, because it was extra long. You saw things blowing up. You saw I especially liked, even though it was fan servicey and probably wasn't necessary, I liked just a tip of what they showed us of the Death Star. I remember when I watched that in the theater when I first watched the movie. When I saw it, I immediately did this. I remember smiling, grinning, and just nodding. No yes, no nothing, just. And I it was great for me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, for me for episode 2, episode 3. What did you like?
So episode 3 is probably my favorite of the prequels.
Of course,
because it had the most action, the most. You see the Grand Army of the Republic in action, on the ground and in space.
Yes.
You super. You kind of get to know the clone troopers more as individuals.
Yes.
Than you did. I mean, obviously that's what the Clone Wars animated series is for, but you know, seeing Commander Cody and stuff like that, you kind of understand. Yes, this is a real army. They're not just numbers. So it's actually pretty interesting. And I gotta say, Yoda's battle with Dooku in episode 2 was good. I mean, it was unexpected to say the least. But watching Yoda walk into Emperor Palpatine's office and just like knocking out those two dudes,
the three,
like
the
dog, that was pretty gangster. See, believe it or not, well, I guess this isn't a surprise if you listen to our Dark Crystal review, but seeing the younglings die, that was
you
pretty
didn't
cool
see them
too.
die. You just saw the thing like ignite.
You saw you saw like a teenager take one to the face.
The little adolescent one. Okay, fine. Sure, of course.
I like seeing the Jedi in action, but I feel like they were just kind of brushed off a little bit. For example, like Kian Mundi and Kit Fisto specifically. Like,
yeah,
I was watching him fight Palpatine. Like, how do you die that way? Like, bro, block down.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't conveyed properly. From what I understand, is that what it was supposed to be is that Palpatine was so fast that they couldn't react. And they didn't translate well on camera, but I think that it did in the book. It explains that he was just moving so fast that they couldn't react. But you know, it was just the kind of thing, kind of like, you know, what the things do. So I think that carry on. You have more?
Oh, I was just saying, great battles, and then just the end scene, seeing, you know, Darth Vader's ascendance to the Darth Vader we knew for the OT, and that little cameo of Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, from afar. That was gonna
mask,
be.
But yeah,
that was gonna be. That was foreshadowing Rogue One. But yes, you got true. For me, I absolutely loved the unbroken shot, even though it was pretty much, you know, CGI, but the unbroken intro, flying around through the space battle, and following the Obi-Wan's and Anakin ship. That was a lot of fun for me. I thought that was a good way to start it. It was just like, wow, this is the end of the war here. Now, the unsung hero of Episode 3 is Star Wars Clone Wars, the micro series that was on Cartoon Network, which led directly into this movie, and that had me hyped. So I can't say that it was just because, you know, the beginning. I had just finished watching, you know, Palpatine get abducted, Dooku being around. What's his name? Grievous wrecking the shit out of those Jedi on Coruscant and getting his chest crushed by what's his name? Mace Windu. So, you know, but other than that, I digress. Yes, that was interesting. I loved that the parallels that they did between Return of the Jedi and this movie when you had Palpatine kind of sitting there and he goes do it, and he beheads the sucker, and they don't in Episode 2 you see just the shadow of Jango Fett's head. You see the shadow, but in this one you actually see Dooku's head roll off screen. You see that sucker, and I was like, yo, that's awesome. Yeah. PG-13. So I like that a lot. I kind of enjoyed Obi-Wan versus Grievous. I kind of enjoyed the Kashyyyk battle. I just wish they didn't do the Tarzan's yell, because that kind of threw me off. But it was cool, especially when I loved Order 66. Not because, I mean, they let most of the Jedi die as punks. They punked out. But the fact is that it was so somber, and the music cue for that, I felt it. I was just like, this is the end of an era right here, you know? And then to cap it off with Yoda decapitating two of his troopers, brilliant. It was great. It was great. But yeah, I liked the Yoda and Sidious fight. I didn't enjoy the Obi-Wan and Anakin fight. I don't know if it's because it went on too long or because I knew how it was going to end. All I really wanted to know is I just want to see how he ends up in the suit. Let's get past all this extra fighting. It's great. I understand they fight. They're mad at each other. I want to see how he gets in the suit. I didn't know that Yoda and Sidious were going to fight, so I had no idea what that's about. I wanted to check that, and I loved it. That was awesome, fighting in the Senate chambers and breaking and everything. It was great. Oh, how they got into the Jedi Temple. That quick little thing with the troopers. That was a shit.
That was gangster.
Yoda threw his thing and pulled it out. Sorry, that was good. So that was it. So would you to wrap it up, would you say that now you appreciated the prequels more or less than when you first saw them?
I appreciated them a lot when I first saw them, but now with all the supplemental stuff like the Clone Wars, I appreciate the prequel movies so much more.
I totally agree. I appreciate it much more, and I didn't realize how much more I appreciated them until after Disney Plus sent us free stuff. Gave us the opportunity to just play it, and I just, let me watch 1, 2, and 3 back to back, whatever. And I just expected it just to be in the background while I'm playing on my phone or doing something else. But there were moments, many moments, where I stopped what I was doing and focused. So, and that's it. So thank you for tuning in to Countdown to the Rise of Skywalker Part 1. Stay tuned for Part 2, where we'll be discussing. Darn it, I lost my thing. Hold on, Part 2, where we'll be discussing what we disliked. About the original trilogy. Stay tuned.
Geek Bros Countdown continues all week.